All right, let's begin with the video. And don't forget, there's a free gift for you guys on the description down below. It's a video about 21 dark strategies to make a woman fall in love. If you guys like dark psychology, you guys are going to like that free gift, as you can see right here. Just click on the description down below and let's continue with the video.
Hello guys, it is me, Victoria, and wanted to make a video today about an idea I was thinking about recently. So a lot of people in my comments have, well, not a lot of people, but people have written to me saying, especially on this one video I made about the raw, attractive power all men have that women can't admit to feeling. A lot of people in the comments on that video are saying,
She got a better camera
I
now.
thought women didn't have like a sexuality. I thought they weren't attracted to men. How come it's always men who are kind of like ogling
Bro,
women and,
the fuck is that?
searching for sex? And I thought women just like didn't get turned on like that. Um,
That's a jaded man
so
right there. That's a
I
jaded
thought
guy.
that one thing guys really might not realize is how important, or basically what women's sexuality really is like. And I think they may be shocked to hear that for a lot of women, it's very dark seeming and probably a lot darker than men's sexuality, even a lot of times. Because if we think about this in a evolutionary way, and women's sexuality was driven by the forces of natural selection and evolution and all that, what it really comes down to is that women wanted the strongest and most powerful and most intelligent leader type guy they could find. So a lot of sexuality, women's sexuality, I believe, really boils down to
Dominance.
craving these qualities. And the way these qualities can be demonstrated during sex is pretty dark. For example, it's being overpowered, it's being outsmarted, it's guys being like rough and aggressive, it's guys taking control. And I don't know if like guys really understand why that is. They kind of, it seems like in like the pickup world, they're getting a clue that, hey, women, maybe they say they want one thing, but like sexually, they're actually interested in these assholes who really like know how to be that kind of like alpha confident guy. And this is why, is because, it's a part of our brain, I would say. Well, for the majority of women, many women, large portion of women, it's a drive. It's like, for me personally, in my sexuality, nothing is more thrilling to me than when a guy is literally proving to me that, he has these qualities of strength. For example, he's being more aggressive with me. He's unleashing it. Okay. And I saw this article recently and it was like, why are women searching for like more hardcore porn than men are? And like I said, I think it really comes down to this evolutionary basis for women's sexuality. They, like I said, want the best quality, strongest, smartest, most powerful in whatever way he can get power, whether that's through superior social skills or, charm or looks. They want that and they're driven. And like I was saying, what's most intense for me sexually, I didn't like choose that at all. I could just tell my body reacting. I'm like, okay, well, you just took it next level and a level above that. And, I never like asked for that. I never wanted that, but that's just how it goes down. And just to prove that it's not just me, some like crazy, kinky person over here, look at any romance novel. Okay, this is the stuff that your average everyday woman shopping at CVS, middle America, whatever, picks up at the drugstore. Read these books and you will see these exact same themes of aggression, power, mental domination, physical domination. It's in those books at the store. Look at 50 Shades of Grey and how it swept the nation, okay? He was like the ultimate rich, powerful, controlling, aggressive guy. And that thrills women in a way they don't understand, because it's truly the thing that makes the most sense is that it's just evolutionary. And that it was just, shaped by these, I should read like a book about evolution, but natural selection and all that. And men probably didn't need sexuality to be as dark. Because they were probably just more accepting because they're like, hey, there's a girl, let me just go for it, try to impregnate her. So they're kind of like more accepting. They don't have these dark selection forces of I need a guy who can truly prove to me that he is capable of protecting my offspring, showing dominance over other guys so the other guys don't kill my offspring, and things of that nature.
And in today's world, when she says that, showing guys dominance is not about killing every guy with a club like a Neanderthal. It's all about can she see that other men respect you? Because if men can't respect you, then that means you can't really protect her. This is why learning how to gain respect from other men is sometimes is more important in getting a good quality woman than gaining respect from women, because women observe. If other men respect you, other women will respect you. And because women know that the hardest people to get respect from is not women, it's actually men. Like, at least from a woman's point of view. And so if she sees that you enter the room and guys are cool with you, then she's like, oh, okay, this guy, I feel protected around this guy. It's kind of like the guy, the Goodfellas. Remember that scene when Tommy was not Tommy, but like the main character was walking through the restaurant and every guy was dabbing him. It was like, hey, how you doing? Hey, buddy, hey. And that to her, she was like, oh my God, he's so respected. She was impressed, not because the women were like, oh my God, no, because the men were submitting to him. And submission in this case is just the fact that they're cool with you, right? And the truth is about women is that it is true. Their sexual fantasy is darker because they victimize themselves in the fantasy. They imagine a guy putting completely dominating them, possibly even Aryan and them, right? And I don't do that type of fantasy, but I've had women say, hey, I like this type of fantasy. Can you do that? I'm like, nah, I can't do that shit, right? But a lot of women have that fantasy where they get pinned down. Not I don't mind pinning them down, but you know what I'm talking about. But it's all about domination of them, where they're the victim, where they're being spanked, right? Or even where it's like these fantasies can entail incest, right? These fantasies can entail assault, right? And the reason why a lot of guys don't understand that is because in these fantasies, the woman is the victim, and you would think women don't want to be objectified. Well, they don't, but in sex they do. In real life, they don't, and that's part of the split, the dark side. Everyone has a shadow side, and you see that shadow side in the sexual acts that they prefer.
So what I want to do for you guys, I recently did a large study of my, sexual fantasies and kinks. It's really revealing, but it's really dark. And I wanted to share it just because I think that guys really have no clue. Okay, they think women are all into like rose petals and whatever, but I've been in a lot of women's groups. As much as you guys have done like male self-development, I've done tons of like women's only self-development, and I hear what they say. And they want a certain kind of guy, and I know what they want, and I know because I relate to the same things they say about, you know, the kind of like rough, aggressive, powerful moves they want. And so I think a lot of guys are just really barking up the wrong trail, on the wrong path, following the wrong scent of the trail, whatever the metaphor I'm trying to get
They
at is.
they want a guy. They want two things actually. No, they want two guys. They want the dominant guy to have offspring, but they want the gentle guy to raise their offspring. That's the paradox. And that's where conflict arises. Because the more of a thrill seeker she is, the more of a seeker she is, the more split she's going to be on the inside. And to compensate for this split, they hide it. They hide it from you, nice guys. And they hide it in their behavior, where they're not freaking the sheets with you. But with Tyrone and Chad, they're freaking the sheets, right? They'll let Tyrone shoot up the club, but then with you, you gotta, you know. And I'll be honest with you, you gotta know what you want, because if you want to be the dominant guy, you're not gonna get that intimate relationship. If you want that intimate relationship, you're not gonna get that wild girl. Now you can have both of them, but if you do have both of them, it comes with a price. Because at the end of the day, eventually she's going to categorize you as one or the other. And if you're the dominant guy, she's not going to want to be in a relationship with you long term. Eventually, if she categorizes you as a nice guy, the sex will diminish over time. That's just how that works. You can't have both. It just doesn't work that way. All right. Now you could develop both sides through self work, right? Through developing a meditation practice will allow you to develop your masculine and your feminine side in a way that could potentially allow her to see both sides in you. And that's a fact. That's actually the real thing. But in order to get that, you gotta deal with your fears, right? You gotta observe those emotions that causes you to be too masculine or too feminine. And that requires self-growth. And that's very difficult for guys. It's almost impossible, to be honest with you. I mean, it's as hard as breaking a drug habit. And that's why you're either categorized as one or the other, you know? Let's see what she has to say at the end.
So I need to illuminate that it's a lot darker, more intense, maybe than even your fantasies on average for women. So, all right, guys, I don't know how good this video was, but let me know what you think. And
They said women want taller, smarter, stronger, more powerful, and successful men to be led, and at the same time expect them to perceive them back as equal. So women look for men that are superior in all areas of performance, but expect equal value. Good luck. I just wish I discovered what true masculinity was in my early life. I've been told all of my life I never needed to be strong, successful, or competitive. Our society is messed up. So grateful you exist. If you look weak, they will despise you. Exactly. Just how that works. But no, if you look weak, they'll make you into husband material. But that's why you got to learn how to. If you're weak, appear strong. If you're strong, appear weak. If you're truly masculine, appear feminine. It'll give you more. I swear to God. But if you appear feminine, appear masculine. Right? Like you have to work on the polar opposites of what you show on the outside to get that balanced woman from you. So I'll be honest with you. Sometimes it's if you're masculine, if you're super masculine, you're gonna get the super feminine woman. If you're super feminine, you're gonna get the super masculine woman. But if you develop both sides, you're gonna get a woman that's right in the middle. But eventually, after years, you're gonna go in one of either direction. You can't help that. That's just how that works. That's what happens when you get comfortable with them. Like once the relationship gets deeper, you gotta pick a side. It's just how that works, man. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Check out my course, The Dark Game. It'll teach you guys more strategies to attract women into your life. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.